uncertainty made things so difficult for most of us, especially me. And I feel like that's where my depression started. I was like, you know what, I cannot have gone to school for 4 years, I cannot have gone for 1 year volunteer and paid internship, only for me to come here 10 months down the line, I don't have a job. Today, I'll be sharing my personal journey in form of a Q&A about how I overcame depression as a beginner nutritionist, looking for a job, and how I managed my career expectations just to come out of that depressive state. Because I feel like most of us, that is what we feel. You're like, you know what, I finished campus 4 years, I got this degree, I went for a 1 year unpaid internship. World welcome me, you expect to get a job but you don't. So I feel like for me, I'll talk about that. I had said I'll talk about my depression story so that it can help someone, especially a beginner nutritionist who is thinking like, I can't do this anymore. Please, you can. So come along, stay till the end. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my social media platforms to get nutrition related information. Without further ado, let's start with the first question. What challenges did you face as a beginner nutritionist trying to find a job? For me, it was quite tough because I had a lot of expectations. I expected a lot. It was rough, and I feel like most of us will agree with that. It was really rough. And then facing rejection after rejection. You know those two emails you get, sorry, we went with someone else, sorry, you're not a fit. This uncertainty
2,000 years later.
This uncertainty made things so difficult for most of us, especially me. And I feel like that's where my depression started. I was like, you know what, I cannot have gone to school for 4 years, I cannot have gone for a 1 year volunteer and paid internship, only for me to come here 10 months down the line, I don't have a job. 2019 was a rough year for me. 2019 was very tough. And I told myself, right now as an adult, I needed to come out of 2019 a strong person. What else in this world can make me feel the way I did? Nothing. And I feel like from that whole episode, it made me a stronger person. So I feel like the uncertainty, the high expectation, not knowing how to manage expectation, dealing with competitiveness in the nutrition field. You'll find a hospital, a big hospital, just wants one nutritionist. Private hospital with a lot of levels, a lot of floors, just getting 2 nutritionists, and almost 1,000 of you who graduated from KNDI can really be discouraging. And then you start wondering, did I make the right career decision? Did I make the right choice doing nutrition? Did I? And then all this unmet expectation, a lot of what ifs, a lot of regrets. They started breathing in the depression, and it was quite tough. It was quite tough. So this leads me to the next question. How did these challenges impact your mental health? I feel like all these challenges really took a toll on my mental health. The job hunting, the rejection, the financial pressure, because you think after I've graduated, I'm going to get a job, I'm going to start being financially independent, I'll not be asking my parents for money. But 1 year down the line, there you are asking your parents for basic necessities. It was quite difficult. Yeah, it was quite difficult. Depression kicked in because I started feeling like, you know what, am I really good enough? Did I make the right decision? Should I go back and do another degree or another diploma or another certificate? I have these high expectations of being a nutritionist. I was so excited about being a nutritionist, and right now my future career is hanging on a balance, and you feel defeated. And all this coupled up with self-isolation, anxiety, panic attacks, they just lead to depression. And I feel like back then mental health was something that people are not talking about freely as we are doing right now. Like you can imagine from 2018, 19 to 2024, a lot has changed in terms of creating awareness around mental health. So you can imagine back then social media wasn't the it thing, After COVID, I feel like social media became the it thing because the lockdown really made people turn to social media to express their creativity, to pass time during the lockdown, because you can't go anywhere. Those problems really impacted my mental health in a negative way, and I feel like for me, I had acute depression. It really didn't get to chronic. And I feel like people who were around me at that time really noticed the change in me, because if you love someone, you will notice. The third question is, what was the turning point? How did I start overcoming depression? For me, when I noticed, girl, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your life, you could be doing so much better. So I started like calling myself for these mini meetings. That's where my love for nature walk came in. I used to go and just sit by the trees, the swaying of the trees, the leaves, and I just really started thinking about my life. And there's where my love for journaling came in. If you know, I love to write. I journal my thoughts, my progress, my everything. If someone ever takes my journal, so I felt like those steps, the nature walk, the journaling, and I started opening up to my best friend and talking about how I feel like maybe we didn't do the right thing at doing nutrition. And I feel like from there I started feeling a little bit freer, and I started celebrating my small wins. I started celebrating my small achievements. If I'm called for an interview, I count that as an achievement. If I post on my social media, because I feel like that's where my love for social media started, because after lockdown everything was just basically social media. So that's when I opened my pages, charitysafehaven, on TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn, and I started posting and creating content, just different content around mental health and nutrition. But right now my pages are all about nutrition. Yeah, girl got to make money. Yeah, so that helped me to just come out of that depressive state, because mine wasn't that deep. So I felt like I got myself out of it. But if you have chronic, please find professional help. Don't just wallow in it. It will take you down. Sometimes you feel like you're just swimming in a dark, endless lake or ocean that does not end, and you feel like you're drowning in your own thoughts. It's not a good position to be in. Fourth question, is what did you change your career expectations to fit your journey better? Originally, I just wanted to be a nutritionist, a clinical nutritionist practicing in the hospital. Right now, the younger me will see what I'm doing. Be like, you should have been open-minded. I started now posting on social media, focusing on other streams of income that me as a nutritionist can do, like creating content on social media, getting clients on social media, doing these other skills that I'm good at, like customer care, because my first job was basically a customer care representative. I wasn't really open to that, but I really did it to the best of my ability, and that worked into gaining and experience for my CV. I always talk about filling your CV with experience surrounding your skills, not just a nutritionist. A nutritionist, you being a nutritionist, that's your career, but you yourself, you have other skills apart from being a nutritionist that can help make you money. And I feel like you should be open-minded as a beginner nutritionist. Don't just focus on, I'm a nutritionist and nutrition is what I will do. You will suffer. And this is a free tip I'm giving you, because for us, we never really had anyone to give us this information. We had to learn it the hard way. These days, the social media and experts were giving you tips to help you just navigate this whole thing. Yeah, so take that from me. This question is, what self-care practice helps you the most? For me, journaling, nature walks, being physically active, yoga, stretch, really came in handy to helping me build my routine. Because I remember after I got out of that depressive state, I used to be intentional about my routine. In the morning, I had a morning routine, a day routine. That's when sometimes it's just even just scrubbing your body or taking yourself out for a movie. I feel like doing these things that fill my my cups really just help. Self-care is not supposed to be grand. I feel like social media has made self-care to be this grand thing that puts pressure on people. No, even just sitting by yourself alone, patting yourself on the back when you do something, helping someone in need, finding fulfillment in your job, going an extra mile for yourself. That is also an act of self-care. And I feel like self-care for me is a major thing up to now. I love myself so much and I would not want anyone to disrupt. And the sixth question is, how did you stay motivated and prevent burnout as you work towards your goal? So after the lockdown, lockdown really took a toll on most of us. I found my motivation in planning. I plan a lot. Like if you sit with me, we will plan. I know sometimes the plans do not always go the way I want, but I just feel happy when I have a plan set. I know this is what I'm supposed to do right now. I know this video is a tad too late, but I'm in my environment. I'm not in Nairobi, so doing all these things and just finding a good place that doesn't have background noises is quite difficult. But for me, I learned as a planner to always break down your major tasks to smaller tasks or smaller goals, realistic goals, smart goals that will able to just help me do something. Because I feel like when you see this major goal that is too big and you're doing so much, it can lead to a burnout. And for me, when I feel like a burnout is coming, I always take a break. Yeah, I take a break. Like right now in this scenario, I have taken a break. I need to rest. Yeah, so for me, just breaking down my major tasks into smaller goals really helps me stay motivated. Knowing that at the end of the day, I'm helping someone out there has helped me stay motivated. Knowing that I can put myself first and not in a selfish way is a motivation enough. And then the last question is, any tips for other beginner nutritionists facing similar struggles? And I feel like that is what most of you young ones, Gen Z, are going through, or someone who just also in the nutrition field, but you're feeling like I'm struggling. Yeah. The first thing is work on your skills. I said about being a nutritionist as a career and you as a person working on the skills, because you can do more. You cannot just be a nutritionist. For me, I'm a content creator. For me, I dealt with customers, so I can call myself a customer service. I have organizational skills. I'm a planner. I just have all these other soft and technical skills that can help me achieve results rather than just being a nutritionist. And then one last thing I'll leave you with is everyone's journey is different. And I feel for me back then, I used to compare a lot. So embrace your path and trust that it will lead you to what you're supposed to do. The internship is not mandatory. I always say, how will you know which area you're specialized or you're good at or you like? For me, I love diabetes. I love mother and child. So that is where I'll focus on. There's specialization in the Nutrition Academy by the NAC Association. You can just go and see if you can specialize, so that you'll know, like, it will lead you to where you're supposed to be. Just believe and trust in God. Yeah. So that's all I had for you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm sorry about the light fluctuation, the noises from the chicken, the noises from everywhere. I struggle to bring you guys content, so I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, share, leave a comment about have you ever experienced depression, and also don't forget to subscribe, follow me on all my social media platforms, and until next time, bye.